Okay, so my name is Caitlin, if you didn't already know, which a lot of you probably don't because this is going to be one of my first actual YouTube videos. And it is going to be a little bit of a review. I do have my notebook. I have some notes about, so I know what I'm talking about, but it will be on the King of Sins series. I just finished King of Sloth, so I figured what better time to film than after finishing the fourth book, you know? So we're gonna start with King of Wrath, as you saw from the little photo sliding in. So there's gonna be a lot of spoilers in this, so just beware. So book one. The plot about it was about an arranged marriage, which it was quite literally everything. It was amazing. And the way that I'm going to be talking about this is just going to be from like quotes out of the book. So if you have not read the book and you don't want it to be spoiled, I don't suggest watching this. But the first quote that I chose was, "I thought a society heiress like yourself would know better than to discuss money in polite company. The key word is polite." So this was one of the first conversations that Dante and Vivian had, and this is when they both hated each other's guts and wanted nothing to do with each other. It's not really a quote that everyone's like, oh, it's a big thing, but it gives like detail on them. Next up I have, "It's not her fault she's stuck with a brute like you." If I'm being honest, I don't remember who told Dante this. I think it was Kai. And if you know anything about how Anna Huang writes her books, Kai comes up in another book. He has a book about himself, which is King of Pride, which is the next book. Do anything for that man, though. And when I tell you, my jaw dropped when I read that. I was just like, you go. Because Dante is the type of person that acts like he's a big, like, tough guy, and he's just like, fuck what you think kind of thing. Next up, I have, "The heat of his anger lashed at my back, but I detected a tiny flash of something else in his eyes before I left. Respect." When I tell you, I was so happy about that, because the type of like relationship they had was all based off of blackmail. So to see them like start to like show any other emotion that's not hatred, I was like, yes, please. Next up, there was, "Separate rooms until marriage. I didn't realize you were such a traditionalist. I didn't realize you were so eager to share a bed with me." I love it because, well, one, they're living together, so it's like, it's a good sign, but at the same time, it's Dante Russo, so you know something's going on. But I died when I read that. And then the next one I have is, "I was a law-abiding citizen, but if anyone could drive me to martycide, it was my future husband." I don't remember why I liked that, but I think it was just the future husband thing. Ignore the little cut. I got interrupted. But yeah, I think it was just the future husband statement. Next up I have, "It was just supposed to be a quick kiss for the camera. I should pull back, but her mouth was so warm and soft I couldn't resist another taste and another." I just couldn't. Like, the feelings are starting. And I loved it. And why was it so fucking hot in the middle of October? It was near the same part. There's also the next one. It's all within the same like percentage of the book since I read on Kindle. The restless buzz beneath my skin, the tightening of my muscles when her scent wafted into my nose, the memory of her mouth on mine. It wasn't about the kiss, which we'd had to do if we didn't want to arouse Winona's suspicion. It was about the fact I'd lingered. Okay. Why did you linger, Dante? It's because you're actually attracted to her. I don't know. Like, it's very, like, weird thing to have, like, highlighted. But the way that I annotate my books, that was an important thing for me to have written. My dad's walking around. But yeah, so next up I have Vivian's lap evoked a strange sensation in my chest. Heartburn? Investigate later. The way that he's just like, could it be heartburn? Like, no, that is your ice heart being melted right now. Oh, love it. Next I stayed on the bench for a while longer, trying to recapture the magic from earlier, but the peace was gone. So, you know, if you know anything about Vivian and Dante, they had a fight. I'm pretty sure. Next is a pretty good jump between like what I last had highlighted. You forget. I pressed my fingers against her nape, forcing her to look up at me. You're my fiance, not Kai's, not anyone else's. I don't give a fuck how handsome they are or what type of accent they have. You're mine and no one. I dipped my head, my lips brushing hers with each word, touches what's mine. The jealousy. I was like, yes, give me more. Like, the jealousy, I was so happy. Next one. Anyway, I'll leave you to get settled in. If you need more condoms, let me know. Mama, why you gotta do us like that? We know nothing's gonna happen because it's Dante and Vivian. They're still in the like fights, but like, mama, I loved it. I was just like, there's no way. How does he look at me? Janice smiled, like he never wants to look away. Ah, my heart. You have such a smart mouth, Mikara. Use it. Oh, fuck. Just, yes. P.S. I'm here if you ever change your mind. That's a little desperate. That's all I had to say. It's a little desperate. Because you're mine, his teeth scored my neck. You wear my ring, you've come on my face and hand. You live in my head all the fucking time, even if I don't want you to. Like, okay, Dante. Okay. The jealousy? And then clean up your mess first, Vivian. Like, wowza. Why you gotta go there, Dante? Why you gotta go there? Oh, touch Vivian again and I'll kill you. Like, okay, Dante, chill. Like, chill, bud, chill. Oh, this one's a long one. Okay. You said you haven't found a new favorite dumpling place after the shop in Boston closed, so I figured I'd help you, I said when her eyes lingered on the takeout boxes. Samples from 34 of the best dumpling places in the 5 boroughs, as determined by Sebastian Laurent himself. Like, that was so sweet. He ordered dumplings from 34 places just because her favorite shop where she got dumplings closed. My heart. Next I have finally, I couldn't take it anymore. We were better as a family before we were rich. Tell him, Vivian, tell him. Fucking scream at them. That is the argument with her dad. Go. And then the last one I have for this book. If you truly cared about your family, you would have put their happiness over your selfish desires. You didn't. Like, Dante Russo, you do not understand the man that you are. Like, yes. Say it louder for those in the back. Therefore, with all my notes, I did give this a 5-star read, but a lot of Ana Huang's books are 5-star reads for me. So it makes sense. So, yeah, we're gonna jump into the next book. Okay, so book 2, King of Pride. I have a little less notes for this one, but as they go through, I get less and less notes for the books. But I loved it. The dedication for this one. For all the girls who think smart is sexy, and who knows the quiet ones are the freakiest. Like, okay, Ana Huang, okay, we hear you, and I'm pretty sure we're all here for it. I remembered all of our interactions in vivid detail, whether I wanted to or not. She'd touched down in my life like a tornado, gotten my drink wrong during her first shift at Valhalla, and hadn't left my thoughts since. The way that he talked about her, like, keep in mind we're 5% into the book, and he's already over here admitting that she's always in his mind, and I'm just like, Isabella. Like, loved it. Still, there was something about her that drew me in, like a siren calling to a sailor. Destructive, certainly, but so beautiful it would almost be worth it. Are you talking, like, did you come back from the future? Like, yes, y'all are perfect together. We as readers knew this from the start, and having to read through this and watch them find that out, it was amazing. Next. A rueful smile crossed my lips. What did it say about my life when a simple free drink from a casual acquaintance stood out as a highlight of my night? Like, I don't know, because that casual acquaintance is like, you know? But when I climbed into bed that night and fell into a fitful sleep, my dreams had nothing to do with work and everything to do with dark hair and stolen touches. Yes. Just yes. I loved it. Okay, next. But it wouldn't matter if the Atlantic Ocean itself separated us. My senses were imprinted with the smell of and feel of her, the lush sensuality of roses mixed with the rich warmth of vanilla, the brief tantalizing glide of her hand against mine, the static charge that clung to my skin every time she was near. It was maddening. Can I have a man describe me like that? Like, please? I can't. It was so good. I wasn't the only one tortured by our attraction. No, you were not. Believe me, we all were. Of hands sliding up my thighs and kisses trailing down my neck, his mouth doing wicked things to my body while he thrust inside me over and over until... I don't think we needed the porn, but what we did need was that part of the relationship, the start. I loved it. He was the most introverted of the founders, and he wanted a place where he could be alone and no one could find him. Only the managing committee knows it exists, and only my family knows how to open it. And me, I said softly, turning to face him. Kai paused. And you. The fact that he showed her the secret room in the library at Valhalla. My heart. Next. He reached next to us for a dart and slid it into my hand, closing his palm over it so he could guide my arm up. My back pressed against his front and sent tingles of excruciating awareness down my spine. You don't want to grip the dart too tightly. Too much pressure will disrupt its balance. He's teaching her how to throw a dart. Because she misses every single shot. And the fact that he does this and then she makes the next shot. I loved it. Absolutely fucking not. Her dry spell has been broken by me. Okay, jealous Kai. Okay, we see you. Beautiful my ass. He looked like a fucking douchebag. My desire morphed into flinty edge of jealousy. I swear to God, Kai Young being jealous is so fucking hot. And the amount of times he got jealous, loved it. I loved it. Okay, next. You have 5 minutes, sweetheart, or you will find out firsthand that I'm not always the gentleman you think I am. Show us, Kai. Show us. Show us just how you can be. Isabella, I forced a swallow down my throat. Yes? Shut up and let me kiss you. Like, please. Because all she does is talk. Next. My grip strangled my phone. I'm not breaking up with her. You fucking tell mama. At least I think he was talking to his mom. Or maybe, I think so. Don't hold me on that one, no. Like, you fucking tell them. I don't remember who you were talking to. But you fucking tell them, Kai. Isabella, I opened my arms. Come here, love. I love how he called her love, okay? But the next one. My love. Kai had called me love many times before, but he'd never called me his. 1 word, 2 letters. It was perfect. Absolutely perfect. My chair that I'm currently sitting on is a box of books. So if you hear something fall, it's just a book. Okay, next. I'm Filipino Chinese. I speak English, Tagalog, Hokkien, Mandarin, and Cantonese. I'm surprised you didn't think of that given all your education and breeding. Fucking say it louder for the people in the back, Isabella. I almost called her Vivian. Say it louder for the people in the back. Like, fuck your mom. Honestly, Kai, fuck your mom. Next. It wasn't just about Kai or Jill. It was about the fact that someone believed in me enough to send my manuscript out when I didn't have the courage to do it myself. The fact that he read it, didn't say anything to her to make her believe that he didn't read it, and then sent it off to a fucking publisher. I was just like, my heart. Someone come do that to mine. A flicker of pride softened Kai's face. You finished the book. Yeah. How proud he was of her. I was just like, that is so cute. I don't need my mother's approval to be with who I want. My voice softened, and I want you. I need myself a Kai Young. Like, that did my heart. And then of course, the last thing I have highlighted is Isabella Valencia, Will You Marry Me? Like, how do you end a book with that? Anna Huang, how do you end a book with that? Again, of course, 5-star read. I absolutely loved it. Could not, like, loved it. We're on to King of Greed. Let me just flip my way up. Okay. First thing I highlighted for this one. This one was about Dominic and Alessandra. This one was all over the place, so I just dropped another book. I was supposed to fly out to DC with Alessandra at 6. If I kept the meeting short and drove straight to the airport instead of stopping at home first like I'd originally planned, I could still make it. The effort was there, but we all knew he was going to miss it. Like, we all knew. But the effort was there. Okay, next. They were always there, filling my head with doubts, like how I was one bad decision away from losing everything. That was a clue on why he is the way he is. Like, it gives a show on, like, why he misses so much. It's because he's not just doing it for him. He had, like, everyone doubts him, and it makes him doubt himself. It does not give him the, like, excuse to miss things, but it gives us a clue on why he is the way he is. Okay. I filed for divorce a few days ago, and in true Cole fashion, he'd expedited the process so he could serve Dominic with the papers today. Like, okay, I see why she was upset, but she didn't even try to communicate with him. Like, it was, like, I get she was fed up and she was done, but she could have She could have communicated with him about it. She could have verbally expressed, like, that it wasn't working and that, like, what was going on. She could have talked about it. I'm past romantic, Alessandra. I'm desperate. Not gonna lie, I was in the feels for Dominic this entire book. He realized his mistakes, but wasn't given a chance. She just, goodbye. Like, no. I retrieved a pen, slid a sheaf of documents out from the waiting manila envelope, and after one last agonizing heartbeat, I signed our divorce papers. I just know that broke him so bad. Dominic. I simply clicked on the blue button, input my payment details, and bought a one-way ticket to Brazil. When I tell you I was completely shook out of my, like, mind, I was like, excuse me? Am I the only one who feels bad for him? Vivian drew her bottom lip between her teeth. It's been months, and he's obviously trying. Maybe he has changed. Viv, I 100% agree with you. Like, I agree. Also, I didn't write it as a highlight, but how Vivian, like, announced that she was pregnant. It was so cute. Okay, next. His tears dripped into my own. Anything, please. My heart. If you're not gonna give your heart to him, I'll give him mine. Like, my heart. Our hearts had scars that would never go away, but they also glowed and grew with every new day that came to us. When I tell you the ending of this book relieves so much stress that I had, like, They did not need to go through a divorce. They did not need that at all. But nonetheless, it was an amazing book. I also gave it a 5-star read. Like, chef kiss. Okay, so King of Sloth. The final book. And this one is Sloane and Xavier. Oh. Okay. If I ruined my brand new Stella Alonso dress over this, I'd kill him, bring him back to clean up the mess, then kill him again. I miswrote something, so it confused me. But like, very violent of you, Stella, yes. Very violent of you, Sloane. But we all know what's gonna happen. We all know that you're gonna fall in love with him. So like, tone it down. That's quite a threat, he drawled. Every party and woman, you must really like me. Oh, he is such a flirt. I love it. That's that little bit of spice that we need. Sloane dancing on a tabletop. Hell must be an ice playground by now. 1, I love the reference to hell in that. And the jealousy when the guy gets on the table with her. Like, I would not want to cross Xavier's path. Just, no. Anyway, you're not the only one who's felt like a monster for not crying when you should. I love how they have something that they can bond over, even if it's the fact that neither of them can cry. But I love it. I, Sloane Kensington, was attracted to Xavier Castillo. Me too, girl. Me too, don't worry. Any of Anna Huang's boys? Attracted to them. So me too, girl, I understand. So fucking beautiful and so fucking mine. I'm just over here in my fangirl era, like, yes. Love it. Luna is short for me, Luna, my moon, because no matter how dark the nights got, you were always there, shining so brightly that I always found my way through. His explanation on calling her Luna is so cute. And the fact that he didn't want to tell her because he started using this name before they even started, like, their trial dating and whatnot. My heart. I've been falling in love with you day by day for years, and I didn't even know it, he said, his voice thick. Well, now I know it. Like, low-key, insert little happy dance. But the way that she treated him after. Sloane, why do you gotta do this to all of us? I was so mad. I was so mad. Ugh. And then something warm and wet slid down my cheek. It was such a foreign sensation that I didn't touch it, afraid of what I'd find, until it dripped from my chin. She cried. Like, she has not cried in years, and she cried. Like, girl, go get him. Go get him right now. Xavier framed my face with his hands, stilling me. I always want to kiss you, and you're perfect exactly the way you are. I've never been so happy. Like, the way that she's like, you don't want to kiss me right now, I'm a mess. Girl, who hurt you? Don't answer that, we all know. We all know who hurt him. Hurt her, but like, he's not him. He is Xavier. He's not fucking, what was his name, Bentley? Like, let me pull up. Like, no. He is not your sister's husband, fiance, whatever he is. That is not the situation. No, it was her fiance. He's not your sister's husband. Give him a chance. this was the last thing that I had. No explanation, no grand flourish after keeping us on tenterhooks for so long. Just a simple, resounding yes. That was all I needed. I was so happy to see him succeed in that, like opening the club. Yes, we all know that the idea came from just to get his inheritance from his dad that died, but the way that he built this up and wanted to do it so bad, and then was like, I don't care about my inheritance, I just want to succeed at something. And then when there was that fire, the sabotage fire, and then how he wanted to quit, and that's how the whole fight with Sloane broke out. And then when he pushed through and actually did it, and then that final vote, and fucking Dante Russo, gotta call up Dante, was the final vote to see if he would get his inheritance if he completed his task. And when Dante said yes, and he actually like did it, I was so happy for him. Like, I love the entire series. I wish I had the physical book so I could hug it, but you know, my Kindle. We'll just hug the Kindle. But the best book ever. I have left I did rate it on Goodreads. I haven't wrote the review yet. But like, my heart, I just had to return to Kindle Unlimited real quick. But yeah, for anyone that is curious, probably gonna be no one because I don't think this is gonna blow up. But the next that I'm going to be reading is the Housemaid series by Frida McFadden, and hopefully this video does good because I will be doing the same type of sit down video, but I'm going to try to film when I finish reading each book instead of doing like the sit down where I do all 4 of them, well in this case all 3 at the very end. I'm hoping to do it at the end of each book so that I have, you know, I remember more about it than having to do it through these notes. Because even through these notes, there was like a couple times I was probably just like, I think this is what happened. I'm not positive, but I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.